Hey folks, gonna do a little entry here. Trying to get back in the habit of doing uh, these little vlogs. Again, it's not, who's watching them? Probably no one, but I want to be able to have a little bit of documentation to reflect on years from now, which I'm hoping for. So, um, feeling a little burnt out. I think just some work stuff going on that's kind of taking a toll on me, and I don't know. Like it's work that's got to get done, but at the same time, I like zero interest. And I say that like nothing to hide about. I'm not talking about the details of it on a recording, but um it kind of like the work is important, but it's also like it's not interesting to me, and that intersection is sort of what burns me out super fast when I'm like I'm not really hyped about this and it takes a lot of work. Um just burns me out like crazy. So that's how I've been feeling. Then the unfortunate part is like when the weekend comes, I'm like, okay, like hell yeah, I get to do the things that like I want to focus on. The problem is it doesn't work like that because by the time the weekend comes and I'm feeling super burnt out, um, I don't I don't have like the motivation to do my own things, which is like that's the the most upsetting part is like when you finally have some time, you don't want to do anything, and so I've been kind of struggling with that. I would say the past couple weekends. The other weekend I was at Commit Your Code, which is a conference, so it didn't really have that leading into the weekend. But the rest of the weekend, even coming back from traveling, I was like, not super not super motivated, which is unfortunate. Um, and if you if you know me, one of the things that like gets me excited is feeling productive and feeling like I'm crushing things. So when it's kind of like a vicious cycle when I don't have that and I'm feeling burnt out, then it becomes a lot worse. Um, but this weekend wasn't really any different. I basically took Friday night and Saturday to just like kind of do nothing, which in hindsight sucks, but at the same time, like I know it's kind of necessary to get myself relaxed. But there's an interesting thing that I've heard a couple of different variations of this now over the past couple months, and it's like this mental framing around like doing the things. I don't even know the right way to put this into words, even though I've heard it a couple times. Doing the things now that yourself, tomorrow would be thankful that you did. So, for example, if you have like I have my to do list written down, and if I don't do anything on the to do list and I, only play video games tomorrow, my like myself tomorrow looking at my to do list will go, like that sucks. Like my to do list didn't make any progress. And like kind of having that framing or like what are the things that you can do now that yourself tomorrow or yourself in the future will be thankful for. And I think I'm choosing the word. I'm trying to choose them carefully. Like tomorrow is even enough, right? Like obviously, like myself 10 years from now would be super thankful I did all of these things. But like it's really hard to kind of to quantify the impact of such things, right? Like how do we really know? But at least tomorrow, like I'm pretty confident that if I have a to do list of things to do for creating and posting content and stuff like that, myself tomorrow would be thankful that I got through those things today or most of them. And so I've been trying to use that as a bit of a reminder while still balancing it with the reality that if I'm feeling burnt out, I have to have a little bit of like empathy for myself, I guess, right? So, um it's not like I've done nothing this weekend. It's just like the things that I have done like kind of just got to get done, and I'm not like I don't feel like I'm really moving things forward as much as I'd like to. So I got to record a podcast on Friday evening, which is great. I got to do the intro for that and submit it to the editor. I got dev leader videos across my main channel, Dev Leader, across the podcast channel, scheduled out for this week. I have Code Commute scheduled out for this week. I have Code Commute scheduled out on Spotify. I have the Dev Leader podcast scheduled out on Spotify. That's like 5 different channels of things scheduled for the entire week, which is a good feeling. Doing this video is one thing on my to-do list, which is scheduling, another video for YouTube. It's little, right? But like, I write these things down so that I can build some momentum and go, okay, one more thing off the list, one more thing. I do have to record some videos today. I have some ideas for what I want to film, and I have a lot of like little things on my to-do list. This is how simple they are, but it just goes to show you that this feeling of like being, of like kind of, riding burnout or riding a little too close to the sun. This is how ridiculous this is. I think I have 5 or 6 things on my to-do list that are like, just reply to people. That's it. Right? Like people that are trying to help, just reply to them. That's it. And it feels so overwhelming, which sounds like very silly to say out loud. I'm kind of hoping it will like make me think about this a little more, but it's just overwhelming, even though it's a very simple thing to do. I have on my to-do list, it's not even content creation related. It's like, I wanted to try seeing if I could do a little bit more real estate investing. And I had sort of a broker reach out like over a month ago. They responded to something. They're like, hey, when you're ready, just like happy to get chatting. And I'm like, all I have to do is respond to them and get the conversation going. I'm not committing to anything. Like literally there's no pressure. And just the thought of having to go like type up an email is like, just feels like it's overwhelming. So it's kind of crazy to think that, something that's so simple as that, something that does not really have, I don't know, it's not going to be actually a lot of effort in the end, in reality, right? It's something so simple with truly minimal effort that has to go into it can seem so overwhelming. How is it possible that I have to get through the other things? Right? I have to go, record videos today, multiple videos, so that I can have them edited so that they can be ready for next week. It's not approved yet, but I sent over, an overview for a course that if that gets approved, I'm gonna have to start cranking through that. That'll be the biggest course that I've ever made up to this point. So like, that's going to be super demanding. I got, one of the people I have to respond to is like a speaking opportunity, and I can't take it just because I'll be in October. I have a little bit of travel, so it's not going to work out. But like, again, I want to be able to do that. I want to be able to do the speaking opportunity, but I just can't in this month. So that's all I have to tell the person, right? That's no big deal. But the thought of having to go do these things feels overwhelming. And then what's the solution? Well, it's like, just go play video games, just put it off. And I have to kind of break out of that. So I'm hoping today I can get some of that momentum back. I think one of the other strategies I'm trying to do a little bit better is like pace myself, right? So I have my to-do list. I don't know, I'm not going to show you all the personal details on it, but like it's, I don't know, 20 things on my to-do list. And a lot of them are actually very small things, but like, I think if I pace myself and kind of spread it out, it should be fine. But I got to convince myself of that. So I'm hoping today I can practice that a little bit. But what I've been doing is like, here, I guess let me put it this way. Instead of feeling guilty that I'm not doing something, what I should try to do is do a little bit, do 1, 2, 3 things, whatever it is, take a break, right? Go play video games. I find this is super nerdy, but like I take a break by coding things where I'm like, hey, that would be fun to go build. I'll go build it. But that's me actually procrastinating, right? Like, especially with Brand Ghost, I'm like, yeah, you should be reaching out and trying to do sales and marketing. But like, if you just go build this thing for Brand Ghost, like I'm still building for Brand Ghost, but it's truly not the right priority. It's not the thing that's going to move the needle, but I'm procrastinating by building things. And so instead of punishing myself for doing that, what I want to be able to practice today is do a little bit, take the break, right? Spend 30 minutes to an hour coding, 30 minutes to an hour playing video games. Cool. Go do another few things. Just chip away at the list, because I think even with breaks, I can still make a lot of progress. Right? When I go to sit down and actually record YouTube videos, that might be that I need an hour to an hour and a half, and I have to get a couple of them done today. Depending if I can theme them properly the way I want, I might be able to do like 2 in like an hour and a half, because I'll do them back to back sort of thing. It's totally doable. I just have to convince myself mentally and not like get overwhelmed from it. I'm hoping that by taking the breaks, and again, I think it's more of a mental thing, structuring my breaks so that it's not like I'm feeling guilty for doing it. I'm like, hey, I did something, cool, time for a break, and then have it timed so that I'm not like, oh, I took a 16-hour break today, and then go back and actually make some progress. So I'm gonna try to play with that today, and we'll see how things go. But just wanted to kind of share that that's kind of what's been going on. And yeah, I think, when I reflect on this kind of stuff, I do a lot of things. I enjoy doing lots of things, but the side effect of doing lots of things and being at full capacity is that it only takes one of those things. So something like work, and work is the most important one for me because I'm employed. It only takes one of those things to go a little bit over, and then everything falls apart, or it feels like everything's falling apart. Truly, like none of it's actually falling apart. YouTube, like I have whatever 4 YouTube channels plus this one running. Spotify, my social media posts are all scheduled. I need to go actually spend some time and write some more content, but it's not actually falling apart. But in my mind, if I'm not accelerating it, it feels like it's falling apart. So it's just the side effect of kind of doing a little bit too much across the board. So anyway, I think that's it for today. Yeah, I want to try doing these a little bit more often. So I will see you in the next one. Take care.